So I was 50 years old. I guess my journey's a little shorter, happened in a little shorter time frame. Was healthy, no history of cancer in my family at all, and at 50 began to have some small symptoms, a little blood in my stool. But at the time was training hard for an event where I was running 15 miles in the summer heat and doing 100-mile bike rides. And so went to see my doctor and said, hey, I have these couple of symptoms. Should I be concerned about it? And he said, you really shouldn't. It's probably related to the activities that you're doing and doesn't seem like anything to be too concerned about. But you've just turned 50. If you want to have your colonoscopy now, you could do that, or you can wait. And I said, well, I think I'll wait, because I was in the middle of training for something. And as fate would have it, a couple of weeks later, I broke my elbow in a bike accident, and not a very skilled bike rider. And so it turned out to be pretty lucky, because I thought, well, as long as I'm kind of on the shelf here and have some time off, I'll just go ahead and do the colonoscopy. So I did that, and I remember the doctor afterwards came and kind of said, hey, there's some things that we found. It's going to take a few days to do the biopsies, but they're kind of concerning. So a few days later at work, the phone rang. The nurse says, hey, Dr. So-and-so wants to speak with you. And I thought, yes, because everybody who's seen that movie knows they never deliver bad news over the phone. They always ask you to come in to the office so they can tell you in person. But my doctor had not seen any of those movies. So he was like, hey, I got some bad news for you. And so that was started a kind of a quick process to go. Like Ryan, I went up to the Mayo Clinic because I had a couple of tumors that were in, difficult places, and my doctor here said, if I were you, I'd go somewhere where they've seen a little bit more of this. Went through a lot of testing there. Ultimately, they came up with a treatment plan, but there was a very good radiation oncologist at the University of Chicago, and since I lived in Chicago, I wanted to be treated here. So I came back to U of C. They kind of repeated some of the work that Mayo's had done, and then said, yeah, this is the deal. So for me, it was pretty straightforward. It was radiation, and then a little bit of recovery, surgery, and then chemotherapy. And so, for me, the train just kind of took off, and I was just on it at that point. And having an ostomy was just part of the treatment process. And like Lois and Ryan, I found over time that it ended up not being as big a deal as I thought. And so it's been interesting to the last 8 years or so. Live with that and find that, life does go on.